this football like since it's sober.
Perfect way to explain what the Jaguars are telling all of Duval and the rest of the National Football League. How do you like me now? What a huge win for this football team against a supposed to be a good LA Charger team. Not the way this football team handled them. They dismantled them, baby. They did it in fine fashion, and they are certainly back in the conversation for a playoff spot. That was an LA Charger team trying to stay with the Denver Broncos at the top of the AFC West race, but they were dealt an L, and once again, old Justin Herbert comes into Jacksonville, and he leaves lost.
He about had enough of this thing.
He is certainly sideways from his trip across, really from one side to the other. I don't know, the idea that this guy is just balling everywhere, but in good old Duval, it makes you happy. It really does. All right, so welcome in, Jaguar fans. We got plenty to look back on with yesterday's win. Big Sirs is out today, but me and Matty Hayes, along with JJ, holding it down and keeping the conversation going with the Jags. Honestly, Matt, I said to Jaguars today, I didn't see it coming. I think we all pretty much thought an L was coming more than anything else. And dang, if they didn't come out and play physical football and good football.
Well, I mean, this is like when guys get embarrassed, when their manhood gets called, which is what happened last week.
Yeah.
They were embarrassed. They got called out. You know, we all said their best players have to play better.
Yep.
And they were without Anton Harrison, without BTJ. They were without some significant best player. Newsom went out early, and they still played. And again, I said this yesterday and posted this on X, and I think it might have been their best win since like 2017. Their most complete win. Most complete, both sides of the ball.
Okay, I don't recall a thorough whooping like that
against such a quality opponent.
A good opponent, like we said, trying to get to their 8th win. And Jacksonville obviously had what you just said, the embarrassment of losing. They lost the fourth quarter this past week, and it was like they had lost a season. That's how bad it was to give up a 19-point lead, and yet here they were. This one was a 29-point defeat of the LA Chargers. And in a lot of ways, you could view it as a coming back party. Not a coming out party, but a coming back. And so it's a good question that you're throwing out there. What is the last full 60-minute game that you can think this football team has played? And you can't even count 2022 when they came from 27 down because
they were 27 down.
Yeah. And so this one, and here's what I liked about it. And you guys are more than welcome to hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosure, 641-1010. Jump in the YouTube chat. We always like hearing from you, especially on a day like today when you feel pretty damn good about what your football team did. But how about Trayvon Walker starting them off with a big play in the backfield, knocking Justin Herbert to the ground, stuff that we didn't see enough of this past week against Davis Mills. They got to Davis late, but between Trayvon, you can go to, of course, Josh Hines-Allen, who set the team sack record. You can go to old Strigow. You can go to Green. You can go to Eric Armstead. You really can go on and on and on. There were a number of guys that made plays in the backfield. Foye went straight up with Justin Herbert on that one scramble play and took him down. There was a lot of good plays on that side of the ball, which we hadn't seen enough of.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of guys were pissed off.
Yeah.
And they wanted to prove that this is not who they are, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, we've seen it here. You got a shaky offensive line. And when you got a shaky offensive line, you can get exposed quickly in the NFL. Yeah. Quickly. And that's exactly what happened. And then once that started, and once the Jags got a little confidence offensively,
right,
then you get ahead. Again, the NFL is all about playing with the lead, man.
Yeah.
80, 90% of the games are won because you're playing with the lead. And this team plays better with the lead. We've seen it all year, except for, of course, last week.
Yeah.
But that's how you win games in the league. And when you get teams on their heels and they can't protect the quarterback, forget it, man.
Yeah, because this game was not unlike that game for 3 quarters in terms of having the lead, being able to play off of it. And this team, you want to see what your edge rushers can do when they know they have that 2-score lead or whatever, and the other team's forced to throw the football. And Justin Herbert he looked uncomfortable. And he has weapons. It's not like Garonde Gasson, Lad McConkey, Quentin Johnson, all these guys.
Yeah.
They can make plays. And he wasn't nearly as comfortable under center or moving around like you would expect him. Beautiful.
I mean, Strigo's got to be on the field, does he not? Get him on the field.
Yeah.
Every time he's on the field, he makes plays.
I think what they're trying to do is figure out the way that you're having this rotation where it is going to be rewarded.
Right.
All those guys. And look, I think any of these
BJ
guys.
Green, I mean.
Yeah, well, both of them.
How many more of those just god-awful calls are we going to see this year? Seriously.
What, the roughing the passer?
How is that roughing the passer?
It's not. It's unbelievably bad. Well, all right, let's pair it up with.
I could see Trayvon Walker last week. I didn't like it. I think it was a terrible call.
No, but it was.
But I
helmet
could
to helmet.
see them say that.
Which it
This
totally,
thing was literally a takedown. That's
Right.
all it was.
It frosted my rear end. That you can't disconnect your head. You're not a transformer. You can't set your head to the side. So when he went and hit Davis Mills, he did it with that pad on pad. Just so happened the helmet hit the helmet.
Right.
And it was a BS call. And then like you're talking about with BJ Green, heck, there was one of them, like you're saying, he's just taking him down. You can't apply any extra force or they're going to throw the flag because it looks like you were trying to drive them.
Right. And then of course, a quarter and a half later, Smoot lets up because he's worried he's going to get the 15-yard penalty.
Exactly. It's so dang hard. We were talking about this last week, and I was even telling Coach Campo, I know you tell these guys, finish the play with force.
Right.
And it's hard enough to get to the quarterback. And so you got to be on tilt, going as fast as you can, and being as physical as you can. And then you don't get rewarded for that. You get flagged for that. And by the way, back to the BJ Green part of this, with Strigow and Green and these guys, a couple of undrafted free agents that made the roster, and then let's sprinkle in what a LaQuint Allen is doing, what obviously Bashal Tutin did yesterday. That was some pretty dang good stuff. It really was.
I tell you what, I would love to have seen the healthy guys, those healthy picks, the early picks.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Caleb Rancho out there. I'd love to see Milam out there. I just think they'd be a better team with those guys.
Well, as
deeper,
it is,
deeper at the very least.
Yeah, certainly deeper. And we really don't know what Ransall is even going to be on the back end. We don't know what Milam's going to be on the line. But let's give old Cole Van Lannon a little love.
Yeah, played well.
Yeah, because they needed, as they were challenged, manhood challenged, whatever, assignment challenged.
Let's give Walker Little a little love.
Yeah. Yes.
He might have played his best game as a Jaguar.
They deserve it when they deserve it.
Yeah.
And this football team has had just a flock of penalties fly their way every single week. They basically cut it in half, if you want to call it that, because they had 5 flags for just over 70 yards. You had a huge flag against excuse me. I'm taking that back. It was 1 flag for the Jacksonville Jaguars, not cut in half, cut massively. That's almost cutting it 90%. And so anyway, that in and of itself, when we went into this game, and it was probably one of my XLP big threes, just stop it with the penalties. You will be amazed at how you can help yourself if you eliminate the flags. And like we said, a flock of flags coming their way. Then the big defensive pass interference went against the Chargers to set up a score instead of the Jaguars. Which last week, that was the Jarian Jones PI that set up a score.
If you are operationally sound, it's amazing how much better you play, how much more confidence you play with.
Yeah.
If you're doing the little things that become the big things, you're a better team. You're just simply a better team. And if you do it while you're pissed off, which is what they were yesterday, look what happens.
Yeah.
Look what happens. You play your best game in years. And that was a really good defense they were playing against.
Yeah, pretty good defense.
And they lined up and just dragged them. in the run game.
You could say a pretty good defense, pretty good offense, a well-coached team, a team that made it to the postseason last year. I love it when Harbaugh looks lost. Is a Harbaugh loss look better than a Peyton face? I'm not sure. But when he looks lost, his eyes, his glasses look like they're fogging up just a little bit. You know?
Well, you know why? Because his entire being is physicality.
Yeah.
You know, he said at Stanford, he said at Michigan, we're gonna win with character and cruelty.
Yeah.
That was his big deal.
Yeah.
And they got pushed around on both sides. Pushed around on both sides.
So physicality and preparation.
Yeah.
Because he always wants to prove that he's done everything. He's left no stone unturned, and this is what happened. I'm telling you what, that was a hell of a win. So think of what Matt is saying, biggest, most complete win that you might throw out there. We know what the big wins are. You can still go back to Monday Night Football with the Kansas City Chiefs, who are right now at 500. Okay, this team has a leg up on them, and one's looking at a division opportunity. Okay, there's obviously, we know Jacksonville's still looking up at the Indianapolis Colts, but that's still an opportunity. It's still in play.
The Colts still have the heavy lifting to go, man.
Yeah. Well, this team that you saw yesterday can go toe-to-toe with them. Definitely can go toe-to-toe with them.
Yeah, I mean, look, I respect what they've done, the Colts. It's impressive. Mm-hmm. They've done it with an advantageous schedule, let's say, okay?
Yeah.
Their heavy lifting begins now.
Yeah.
So let's see what they got, man. You got 2 more games against them.
Exactly.
There's no way that the idea is, well, you can't catch the Colts. You got to hope to get a wild card. That's bush.
Oh, no.
It's not just that they've got you twice. They've got other games. Look at their schedule. I was looking at last night.
All right, we'll bring it up here in just a second, because that's what I'm saying, is that this team is playing for a division crown. Kansas City may not be playing for a division crown. They may be playing for a wild card, first time, long time for them. All right, let's crank it out today. Mokama Beer Company, we say thanks to them, our Monday sponsor, and you can find them any day of the week serving the delicious craft right there in their tap room, Fernandina Beach, South 8th Street, or find them on the shelves at either Publix, Total, ABC, Target, wherever you're looking, look for some Mokama. Let's keep it going. Jaguars victory Monday. You guys hit us up. Tell us what fired you up the most about that dub here in Duval.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. He tackles talk radio like a middle linebacker in the gap.
I tell it like I see it, and I see it like a middle linebacker.
Tommy Mack.
Period.
Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unsealed by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm John Haney from Clearwater Gutters and Drainage. After heavy rains, the problems are obvious. Mulch blown out of your beds, water standing around your foundation, and that fancy new crater back behind your bushes. Let Clearwater Seamless Gutters help you solve the problem spots.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters.
And drainage, too.
Find out more at clearwaterjacks.com.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminex. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast, before they have time to multiply. Terminex knows how to shut down rodents and will keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminex. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminex it. Visit Terminex.com today to schedule a free inspection online just like I did. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
Friends, we have a very special guest on the line.
The Checkmate Coatings phone line is where the action happens.
Where's the phone? Over there.
Get expert interviews and listener opinions all day, every day, from the drill all the way to Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC expert, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. It's Thanksgiving time, man. But listen, don't deal with the toughest gravy, cranberry sauce, or pumpkin pie disasters. Let the cleaning freaks do it. Get back to clean 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $149, a 4th room free with a canned food donation. Ideally, a full bag of cans, not just 1 or 2. Also take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friend Zero Res right now, 28757, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 special. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It spells the same.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WindoWorld wants you to do. WindoWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WindoWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WindoWorld can.
And with Window World, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new WindoWorld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, WindoWorld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with WindoWorld, and to top it off, WindoWorld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with WindoWorld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call Window World today and get your free in-home estimate, or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law. 1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
And they run it with ETN to the left side, to the 10, inside the 5-yard line, stretching for the pylon. Travis Etienne, touchdown! A touchdown run of 13 yards! Jacksonville's extended the lead. This one's been all Jaguars all day long at Everbank Stadium.
Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
Frank Francie, full throat right there. Jaguars play-by-play.
Full throat.
And look, when it is fun, when you're starting to pour it on, and the physical nature of what this team was able to do against that D, which, as we said, was pretty good coming in. In ETN, I feel like Franz robbed him of a yard, because I think most Jaguar fans would agree with this, they're still scarred by a 14-yard Davis Mills run.
Yeah.
And that was a 14-yarder for ETN.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And honestly, they went, you know what they were last week? Jacksonville? They were South Carolina against A&M. Okay? That's what they were. And then this week, they turned it around, and they lit a match, which is pretty good. So real quick, before and you guys are more than welcome, 641-1010, jump in the conversation as far as which of those scoring plays or big plays fired you up more than any of the others. Here's Josh Hines-Allen just talking about the team being pissed off coming into the game.
You know, I think that week needed an extra motivational, message from having a loss like that. But again, it's like, we're happy this week. How are we going to piss ourselves off? And I don't think that needs to be the motto. I think we need to take each week separately and have that same attention to details that each player then came out with this week to have. And I think that's where our focus needs to kind of remain. And if we tend to stay within that type of focus as a team, as individuals, we will continue to have the outcomes that we're having today.
Right. Here's the thing too, and I keep hearing everybody talk about this, and I agree with it. They're a pissed off team. Great. If you're not prepared, it doesn't matter. Everybody is a wild, crazed dog in the NFL, okay?
Yeah.
If you're not prepared and you don't play smartly, it doesn't matter if you're pissed off. Mm-hmm. So they were both on Sunday, both. They were prepared well. They were smart. They were operationally sound, and they were pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can stay with that idea of, all right, let's continue to be a pack of crazed dogs, in the great words of Lawrence Taylor, and be fundamentally sound and smart, you're going to win a lot of games. Look, here's the bottom line.
No penalties.
Yes.
No
yeah,
drop.
that's fun. That's fundamentally smart football. Yeah. Here's the thing, too, I was thinking yesterday. Man, this team was 2-8 last year at this point. They were terrible.
Yeah. If you figure mid-November, before you carved the turkey, you were eliminated. I'm pretty sure they were.
2-8.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they're 6-4, and could have been worse, could have been better, whatever.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But they're still at the point now where you're like, they're showing that graphic of the playoff hunt. They're not chasing.
Yeah.
They're in.
Yeah. And
they're as close as a lock as you can get.
Right. And it
Which
still
is
comes down to
unreal, actually, considering the way they've played, how they've just been up and down and up and down and up and down.
And they still are from last week to this week.
Yes. If they ever get to the point where they play with a little consistency and they play smart, that's a team that can do some damage. I'm telling you right now.
It's funny because we've talked about this before, and this is I'm sure it happens every single year, but it feels like this is as roller coaster a type of year that we've had from a number of different teams.
In a long time, right?
Buffalo beats Kansas City at home and kind of beats them like handling their business. Kansas City makes a charge late, but Buffalo handled their business. Then drops one to Miami, and then puts 44 on Tampa yesterday.
We might have to change how we talk about these wins against Kansas City, though.
Yeah.
They look helpless. I don't know if winning against Kansas City means what it used to, unfortunately. And that's coming from me.
I know, because it felt like, and just kind of going to your point in the roller coaster that Matt's saying and whatnot, Kansas City looked like they got back on their horse after the loss to Jacksonville and played angry, like we always like to talk about. And then they ran into the Buffalo buzzsaw, and then now, of course, the Denver Broncos. And the Denver defense is, I think we would all agree, legit. And this team's going to have to see that D a little bit later on, and that will also be a massive game. You know what the Jaguars are right now versus the AFC West? I'm sure everybody out there knows. They're 3-0. Against the AFC West. And now you have a chance to sweep the division. That would be a major win.
But everyone was talking about that being the hardest division in football potentially before the season.
Yeah. All right, so best part of the game, this is off the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You guys keep it coming at 641-1010. Was setting the tone in the first play and then dominating the line of scrimmage all day on both sides of the ball. And the mind-blowing fact that we only have one penalty. Insanity, considering where we've been. I agree with you 100%. One of our Nooner Nation listeners right there, because on a dime, they were able to clean up what has been kind of an epidemic type of problem for this football team with the laundry on the field.
Yes, the laundry, just the dumb mental mistakes. I mean, the passing game is still a long way to go. They got a long way to go in the pass game. But but if you play that way, if you play smart, and you play aggressive, and you can dictate tempo by the way you run and by the way you stop the other guy, you can get away with not having the best quarterback in the game.
Yeah.
Typically, what I say all the time is best quarterback wins in these games. But you can get away with that if you play the way they played yesterday. Now, the question is, can they continue to play that way week after week after week? Can they continue to be smart? Can they continue to be zeroed in and focused on game week prep? That's what's so key. You know, when I was a lot younger, and I used to hear, like, years ago, used to hear, like, Spurrier say it, and then Saban would say it at Alabama, Herb would say it at Florida. It's all about the week of prep. If you have great game week prep, you're going to play well on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, because
that's what it's all about, man.
Because you'll go in with the confidence and that whole what is luck when preparation meets opportunity, that kind of thing, and you are.
It's
prepared.
well, it becomes a habit too.
Yeah, and you don't take any of it for granted. That's for sure.
There's no false starts. There's no grabbing at guys for critical hands to the face penalties or holdings. If you know your opponent, you know who he is, and you know how ways to get around him, or ways to beat him, in specific situations, stuff like that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, Bush Drive Rich off the text line. Haven't heard the crowd boo anybody in unison since 2024 against Houston when the dirty hit happened, and they were on them yesterday. They were loud. And then, of course, another one pointing out the most dominant 60 minutes from this team, 62-7. Yeah, we will agree with you there, bro, because that ran Dan Marino out. It ultimately ran Jimmy Johnson out, but that was a hell of a game. But if you are going back to that.
I mean, even in 2017, did they have a complete game like this in 2017?
I'd have to go back and look. I'm sure there might have been. They had so many comebacks.
Right.
And it was after leaving London and the comeback against Baltimore, and then it really started to spark, and it was the Cowboys, and it was on and on and on. The Raiders, they just were able to get the job done time and time again.
I mean, they kicked their ass yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Chargers are a really good team.
Like, I know the equipment manager down there, I guarantee you he looked at Logan Cook's uniform and said, just put her back on a rack. We don't need it. Cook never punted, okay? Never. When is the last time?
5 critical holds, baby.
Yeah. When is the last time? Well, yeah. But you didn't even have to, Cam Little, you didn't even need to look and see, hey, little name Bigfoot, you didn't even have to. All he did was extra point it yesterday.
That's all right. That's 5 extra points. You know what that is? That's just more confidence for him.
It's the best possible thing that could happen. Nothing but extra points, no punts. And you just took care of business. One of our texters, it was baffling yesterday, watching the defensive line. Josh Allen looked unblockable on multiple rushes. Wasn't expecting that, but we were going wild in Section 150. Round of applause for Section 150, going crazy. Got to stack a few that were expected to get now to make that Colts game a big one.
I'll tell you
Every section was fired up yesterday.
Trayvon looked unblockable.
Yeah.
And Eric Armstead had another really
had him a game.
Good game.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's you know, we talked about it prior to the season that if these guys play to, you know, what, like if we were kids, we got the football cards, and you look at football cards, you flip over and you see the stats and everything. You're like, oh, this guy was this time Pro Bowler here, and he's went to the Pro Bowl there, and you're like, if they played to what those football cards said, that defensive line at the beginning of the season, you're like, all right, they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
They got a chance to be really good.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen that. That's the problem.
And we'll spend a second on Trevor here coming up, but also, even though he still threw another terrible pick.
Horrific.
It was, and you want
horrific.
You know what I wrote down? He put it on the numbers. He put it on the defensive players' number. Because it was, you're supposed to throw that to where only your guy can catch it. And he threw it inside on an out route to the boundary. And it was, again, it was terrible. But he was still able to bounce back and make enough good throws. They didn't necessarily have to rely on him the entire time. But him and Jacoby Myers hooked up. How about our dude 80 Morris with a grab in the middle of the field? Okay,
Patrick.
that.
How about Patrick?
Yeah, and here's
another one. Training camp trim on the first drive.
Yes,
man.
His third catch of the year. Okay, we're talking about stats, baby, for training camp Trammell.
Yeah,
and remember, we've all, but remember you were questioning Tim Patrick, and he was able to come in when healthy and make a few plays for this team. And that's all you're really asking for is guys that you find either in a sensible trade or whatever. You make a move. Some of them don't all work out. They cut Colin Saunders last week. They don't all work out. And he was a guy that he was
never in shape, by the way. Never.
I don't even know,
From the moment
really.
he got here.
Because you just didn't see a whole lot of him. But the other thing is that you got rid of a guy and you got a piece of draft capital out of it.
Yeah.
That was the transaction.
Yeah.
It was Luke Fortner in a transaction. But anyway.
Think about this, okay?
Yeah.
Jaguars, 69 plays they ran yesterday. 47 rush.
Yeah.
That's when they're their
glorious.
best. That's how they win games.
Yeah, and
they win games when they run the ball. Period.
That's when you get into, and Leon will be here tomorrow, and he'll 100% tell us this, but the run game, the run blocking is your reward. If you start to inflict punishment and you get to go back to the huddle and hit, on 3 or whatever, and know you're going to go right back up there and line up and you're going to maul them again with a run game, and Bashal, tootin', yeah, That's pretty good.
Joe, when you
along with ETN and LeQuint got in there.
This is what I think is the overlooked aspect of being able to run the ball. Not only do you run the ball and you dictate tempo, you score.
Mm-hmm.
And when you put another team down in the NFL, and they're down multiple scores and they're chasing points, the way they play, the way they try and do things completely changes. When you can run and keep them off the field, guess how many plays the Chargers had yesterday?
Oh, in the 40s?
42.
Yeah. So
42 plays in an NFL game, dude.
Yeah, and 50. How many plays did you say for the Jags? 69. So
42 plays the Chargers had.
You got to love it. And you know what else?
That's dictating tempo right there.
Yes. And you know what else? This was almost like 192 yards rushing for this football team. And you can take a look at the yards per carry and all of that. And they didn't need a whole hell of a lot, like we said, out of the passing game. But the fact that you are hitting 50%, they were 50% on third down conversions compared to the Chargers' 3 of 12. But Jacksonville had 30 first downs.
Yeah.
So the 5 of 10 suggests you only had so many opportunities at third down. No, because you were moving the chains on first and second, baby, which is what you want. So,
dude, when was the last time they carried the ball 47 times?
I don't know, but I am catching the theme. When was the last time? There's a lot of that going on here.
47 carries.
Yeah, because we certainly did a little bit of that last week. We said, like, when was the last time a game in the regular season meant this much and this team blew it? And in this case, when was the last time you saw a 60-minute game? Because we would come in on Monday so many times and go, oh, my God, they were lethargic. They didn't look interested. They only played 30 minutes. Well, what woke them up? Or how come they can't finish the fourth quarter? All this stuff. You got a lot of –
Sometimes the best play caller is a guy who knows what's working. Mm-hmm. It's not a guy that's, look at this play call. Ooh, look at that one. It's just, I know what's working.
Yeah.
I know what's working. I know how we're going to win. Yeah. And that's exactly what they do.
And in Liam's case, he's basically saying, I don't need to go away from that.
No.
And there was that point in time in the game when he kept the Chargers on the sideline, it felt like, for an hour. They had, 3 plays?
They had a 16-play drive once, man.
It was, yeah.
In the NFL, a 16-play drive. Think about that.
And the Chargers, I mean, they were struggling on offense, but to just completely keep them off the field is pretty key.
So it was almost a 2-to-1 exchange in time of possession.
And they led the league in time of possession, the Chargers did.
It blows your mind. So,
they out-Harbaugh'd Harbaugh.
Yeah, 30, like I said, that.
Can you do that? Is that, legal?
Yeah. And by the way, I just want you all to know I did my part, okay? I can guarantee a winner about as good as anybody.
You bet on the Chargers.
As long as you go Bizarro Joe, okay? That's it. I'm doing what I need to do.
You know what's funny is I texted JJ.
I'm doing what I need to do.
Bet on the Cardinals next week.
When the inactives came out, and I texted JJ and I said, this might be the best bet in the history of bets.
That's what happened yesterday. That's why you got to love it.
Didn't you know when it was only 3 points, though, and it never moved, that you're they know something.
We all did say that.
The matchup is not great for them.
That Friday was it's just odd.
Yeah.
Okay, and it went from 2.5. Wait a minute. Did it go from
2.5 to 3?
Yeah, 2.5 to 3.
Yeah, stayed around there.
Yeah, and so it never really moved much, and then it went in the favor of Jackson when you think about that. Anyway, it was great stuff. Jacoby Myers, 5 catches, 64 yards. So he's doing a lot right now that you want him
the ball.
In the middle of the field.
Yes, he's catching the ball.
Yeah, in traffic, hanging on to it, like we said. Tim Patrick with the catch. How about this?
Trammell with the catch over the middle.
Yeah, I feel like we're celebrating like all of a sudden they're already clinched a spot or anything. No, but this was just such a.
They're minus 180.
Yeah,
Johnny
minus 180 to make the playoffs.
So
they're like a heavy favorite, especially with those 2 Titans games and the Jets game.
Yeah, we have not made it to December yet, so don't take anything for granted.
Right, but the point is this: they beat this team, and Brian Thomas Jr. didn't play. De'Ami Brown didn't catch a ball.
Yeah.
Parker Washington had 2 catches for 20 yards,
right.
and they beat this team 35-6.
Exactly. And Parker had a key catch, but at the same time, he was the star of the show for 3 quarters this past week. And then you didn't need all that. I was just happy to see him come off the injury report at the end of the week and be available to play. But how about a fake toss to ETN and a guy wide open in the back of the end zone? and Trevor hits him.
Yeah.
We haven't seen enough of those.
Yeah.
And like you said,
usually he sailed that or something.
That feel for the play
or they
call.
drop it. He'd either sail it or whoever's throwing it to would drop it.
All right, we'll keep it rolling. It's XL Primetime, Mokama Beer Company Monday. I know that you guys all are loving it as well, so just keep it coming. 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASC certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served up by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Running a small business is tough, so the Florida Small Business Development Center at UNF provides a free business checkup, a personalized analysis that helps you boost profits, your online presence, and increase your company's value. No cost, no strings attached. It's guidance from experts who understand what it takes to succeed in business. Whether you're just starting out or ready to expand, it's time to act. Complete a request for consulting at unf.edu/SBDC.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Find out what new golf equipment could help your game.
Well, I'm just a humble golf pro. Could I help you?
Get great golf tips and talk from the experts on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Got to figure out why I'm still shaking the ball.
Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
It's time for the Plumbing 411 from Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Clogged drains happen when grease, soap, hair, and debris build up over time. Even tree roots can invade your pipes. All this leads to the annoying water pooling in your sink or tub. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining has the tools and know-how to clear stubborn clogs and keep them from coming back. Don't ignore a slow drain. It could lead to bigger problems. Make the superior choice when your drains are clogged and learn more at superiorplumbingjax.com.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I've been telling you how proud I am of my daughter Amber, who's lost so much weight on Awaken 180. But it's been a while now, so I wonder if it's something she can maintain. So I sort of asked her, how's it going?
So far, so good, Dad. But you're right, it has been a while. But that's the beauty of the Awaken 180 plan. There's so much variety in the food choices. You don't get bored.
You look great. Do you feel better?
I feel so much better. And I know it's because of the weight loss and how it's changed my lifestyle. So there's no chance I won't sustain it.
Well, what about over the holidays? Look, you grew up in our home, and you know we love the holidays.
Oh, I still plan on enjoying the holidays. I just plan on doing it by eating right. And I've already had the conversation with my coach. She understands the challenges of the holidays, and she's guided so many folks just like me through this. We've already made a plan.
So take my kid's word for it. Awaken 180 works. It's sustainable, even over the holidays. So change your life by calling 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Dropping is Justin Herbert. Four-man rush. Scrambles away, gets hit, he's going to get sacked! Josh Hines-Allen got it, third sack of the day for Jacksonville, back at the 28-yard line. Now after that sack, Josh has set the franchise career record for sacks. Congratulations to Josh Hines Allen.
Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
Record-setting performance for 41, and you like when it comes in a game of this magnitude. You saw it last week, and you felt like, okay, you're going to be able to celebrate. And then obviously we all know what happened then the fourth quarter happened. But for him to be able to go ahead and cement the name in the record books, and you can obviously, if you're a diehard Duvaller, you've been around and seen what Tony Brackens was able to do. He was a shop wrecker. Okay, he was so dominant off the edge, and it's nice to see that next era. Big Sirs is always told to stay in his era. Well, that was Tony Bracken's era as well, and now you got another guy that you can at least look at. And if Josh Hines Allen can get it going, and Trayvon, like we said, because Maddie and I have a bet who's going to have the most sacks, and it was looking more and more like a mule race there for a while.
It's close now, right?
Yeah, if they can both keep going, and as you said, Eric Armstead is playing well from the inside when they get it all going. A week ago, it looked non-existent. This past week, you didn't think you were going to be able to manufacture any pressure. Anthony Campanile feeling the pressure to manufacture pressure, and he was able to get the job done. And so they all participated across the board, which you love.
You're up a half a sack on me right
exactly.
now.
Exactly. First to 5 wins. Is that what it is?
Trayvon Walker 2.5.
And so that's where we are. And Armstead is where? 4.5 now?
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah. And so look, it's still a work in progress in a lot of ways. So one of our texters, Jason from the South Side, what did you guys think of BJ Green? Wow, what a tone-setting hit. And it was. And like we said, these are guys I was surprised when both Green and Strigal made the roster. We all tried to pick out our training camp guys. 92 was your guy, and he made it. And both guys have made impact
They
plays.
almost had to make it when you think about it, because they had nothing else.
No. And even Agba did get in yesterday on it, but he wasn't. He's not the guy they were hoping for, because he's also another guy a little long in tooth.
Yeah,
so go get the youngsters.
Yeah, I think it's a nice addition for them, and I think those guys. Whenever you have guys out there that are hungry, those two guys are hungry. It's clear they're hungry. You know, they're guys that they know it could end any time for them. Mm-hmm. They know that. Mm-hmm. So they're out there, and anytime they get on the field, they want to prove their worth. Yeah. I love guys like that. Yeah. Love guys that are out there trying to prove something every time they get out there. Smoot is another guy like that.
Oh,
He's out there proving I can play in this league.
100% lunch pail guy. Let's make this the 10-10 take, since I just said lunch and suddenly I'm hungry.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
You hear that whistle blow, you know you only got so much time to get you a good lunch, and you can do it at any one of your area Sonny's. So you can go ahead and take that lunch pail in, get you something to go, drop it in there, and then head back to work in no time. But I'm going to use one of our textures as a 10-10 take, because I agree 100% with what they're saying, and it's something that we have said as well, that, and I keep maintaining this, the Jimmy Gladstones, the Tony Basellis, the Liam Cohens of the world, if this is going to work, and this is now what the future looks like, they are going to decide who gets to wear the black and teal, who's going to wear the teal and gold. And this is the texture. Yesterday was a testament to Gladstone's claim to have, quote, raised the floor of the roster. So many starters out, past teams would have been blown out with that many backups playing. Honestly, I'm glad they point this out, because it's something that it's been a theme that we've had, but this is what the 92s on this roster, when given an opportunity, are doing, because the bulky built roster didn't have these guys.
Yeah, a bulky built roster I don't think could sustain. Your right tackle's out, both your corners are out. Excuse me. You've got issues at wide receiver where you've got 3 backups essentially playing. I don't think a bulky roster could have sustained that. Yeah. No doubt about it.
Yeah, and so I like that. I think it's certainly what you're looking for, what you're hoping for, is that the eye of this front office is identifying individuals that you can bring in, and the next thing you know, you say goodbye to somebody, and you not only are you not missing a beat, you've upped the ante with that roster spot.
Though I will say, training camp Trammell was a I don't know if it was a bulky guy, because I bet it was a Tony Khan guy is what it was, maybe.
It might have been, but he was the guy that was brought in.
You can give me a little credit, man.
It probably was a bulky guy, because he had played in the NFL prior,
Yeah.
so that wasn't a Tony guy.
Yeah, because he had been with the Rams.
Yeah.
And he was their punt returner towards the end of 23, if I have it right. I think it was the end of 23. Anyway, he'd been off and on rosters, and it wasn't all terrible, but a lot of it was. And that's the sum total of what Trent Baalke did was he reached high, too many first-rounders that didn't make a hell of a lot of sense. Trayvon Walker looked good yesterday, but I think we would all agree an Aiden Hutchinson level of play has been pretty damn good in Detroit compared to Trayvon here, and even the stubborn people will probably have to agree with that. But there were just too many first-rounders that were sitting around that weren't making enough plays for this football team. And now you can start to look a little deeper in the draft, and you can count on guys. A 4th rounder in Tootin, a 7th rounder in LeQuint, undrafted guys in Strigo and BJ. And you can go on and on. Cole Van Lanen, a guy that they said, you know what? Yeah, he was here before. We like what we see. We can give him a chance to do something and be that cross-trained guy at guard and tackle.
Yeah.
He did a heck of a job yesterday.
I mean, Hudson got one yesterday, too. Got one against the Eagles. I would just say that it's there's still too many guys that are not playing consistently to their level, their contracts.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And that was one of the complaints we had last week. Their best players are not playing well.
Yeah.
So, let's see if we can get a little consistency now. Josh Allen said that in the initial soundbite we had to start. JJ, play that again. The initial soundbite we had to start the show.
Yeah.
These guys have to figure out how to play well every single week. It's not just because you're pissed off.
Yeah, very true. Simple as that. And that was him basically saying you can't just use that as your
right. We can't just say, okay, well, we're pissed off, so let's go play well.
Yeah, here
it's different.
You know, I think that week needed an extra motivational, message from having a loss like that. But again, it's like, we're happy this week. How are we going to piss ourselves off? And I don't think that needs to be the motto. I think we need to take each week separately and have that same attention to details that each player then came out with this week to have. And I think that's where our focus needs to kind of remain. And if we tend to stay within that type of focus as a team, as individuals, we will continue to have the outcomes that we're having today.
Yeah, I don't think you need to be pissed off every week. You know what I think? I think it's what Leon says all the time. And you start with the preparation, but then Leon said, I used to walk on that field thinking I was the baddest mofo out there.
Yeah.
If you're all walking out there thinking that and you're prepared, good things will happen.
Right. Don't play angry like Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey. And, boy, that was another nasty loogie that was sent out.
Yes, it
was. My gosh. Would you guys quit spitting at each other? It's unbelievable. But go out there with that caged anger and then let it loose and make plays, man. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford. Duval all day. Search 1010XL Jaguars on YouTube.
Just when you thought we couldn't bring you more, Keon Atlantic is here with a brand new store. We have the same great team to treat you well. With new savings during our grand opening sale, Keon Atlantic is here with the new store. Shop our best offers and largest selection yet. Save big during our grand opening sale. Is there something for everyone on our lot? You bet. If you're ready to experience something new, the all-new Keon Atlantic is ready for you. Your perfect ride is a visit away. Online at KeonAtlantic.com. Keon Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 17, 1956, Syracuse running back Jim Brown scores an NCAA record 43 points, which included 6 touchdowns and 7 extra points.
So welcome.
Experience Pink Floyd.
To the machine.
Floyd.
Breathe.
Nation.
Breathe in the air.
November 21st at Florida Theater. Floyd Nation.
Don't be afraid to care. I don't need no arms around me.
Floyd Nation. action. Experience Pink Floyd. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee, just an hour north of Jacksonville in Folkston. With only 250 cabins at full build-out, it's a rare chance to live off-grid, but not alone, in a community grounded in nature, food, and purpose. The amenities include a 2,300-acre hunting lease. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
This right here, this is where it starts. With a little flame and a lot of love. When the air cools or the night falls, fire brings the warmth. But it's what we bring to the table that matters. Slow smoked barbecue. Stories that stretch long. Laughter that lingers. And moments that just feel full. That's why it's always Sonny's here.
Some auto shops love giving your wallet a flush every time you visit. Not AA Automotive. They fix only what needs fixing, nothing more. Honest, fast, and fair. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street. Boring name, awesome service, and no wallet flush.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. What's better than beer? Cold beer. Put your company logo on a custom koozie. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
The wait is over. Sunday, December 7th, your Jacksonville Jaguars return to Everbank Stadium for a massive division showdown against the Indianapolis Colts. This is more than just a game. It's a statement. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jags are back home and ready to turn up the heat in their iconic Prowler throwbacks. Kickoff is 1 p.m., so pack the bank and make it loud. Secure your seats now at Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Well, he's barely been on the field. Play fake. Herbert drops the throw, fires it deep downfield, and that ball's intercepted. Antonio Johnson picks it off. He's running it back 40, 35-yard line, 30-yard line, inside the 20-yard line. How about that? Antonio Johnson picked it off. He ran it back inside the 15-yard line. How good is that by this Jaguars defense?
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Antonio Johnson has got a little giddy up in him when that ball is in his hands. Two-way player. I'm just going to nominate another guy for a two-way player position here for your Jacksonville Jaguars. But when he does play that center field position, and let's face it, Herbert let that ball rip, and it was up in the air way too long, and Antonio just snuck right underneath it and took off. He made it fun, and that's what you want to see from any of these guys that are good enough to find that opportunity to force a takeaway. Buster Brown, I feel like, is balling pretty dang good right now. Jarian picked one off this past week. You certainly like to see these guys. Dewey had his early in the year. And so all you can do is just take advantage of these situations. And Justin Herbert was just out of sorts. And it was pointed out earlier by one of our nooners that hit, at least one guy's opinion, that immediately shook Justin Herbert. And it might have, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, they got after him quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly in that game. And that's like, look, you get a guy back on his heels like that, I don't care how good you are.
Right.
If you get him second guessing what's coming and where it's coming from.
That's the name
yes,
of the game.
Didn't they say he might have had a concussion?
Yeah. I didn't hear that.
Okay.
He got hit hard numerous times.
Right.
Like you said, the Foye hit was a big hit.
Oh yeah, and it was chest to chest, and then he had him on the ground. And Justin Herbert's a big cat, so he decides to take off and run, and he's tough to bring down. And Foye just, boom, right there.
Like you and I were saying that the Eric Armstead sack was way worse than B.J. Green.
Yeah.
Way worse. And they didn't get flagged for that.
Okay, and real quick, they had to come out with a statement last night because I was rooting for Honolulu Blue and the points. And what a stinker of an offensive game again from the Philadelphia Eagles.
But they're D, man.
They're
Woo.
good.
Woo.
And they basically bottled up. They harassed the hell out of Jared Goff.
If you need a nap,
yeah,
I suggest you watch the next Eagles game because man, they put me to sleep every single weekend.
You will
they
sleep
always
peacefully.
win.
Yeah, it drives you nuts. Okay, that's what makes me bet against them. Okay, I'll admit a little bit of a curse.
Same.
Yeah, that they drive you nuts, and so they end
Rams
up
better
winning.
keep winning because
So-
if they got to go to Philly again,
Yeah.
that's going to
And
be a
that
problem.
snow again.
Yeah. So last night it was not a catchable ball. It was a well-defended play, and the ref throws a flag for PI, and it kills the Lions' chances to get the ball back, and at the very least maybe make it interesting with a comeback.
You know what play I saw flagged like 5 times this week? I'm not even exaggerating. The field goal block, the leverage play.
Yeah.
They got somebody at the top must have come down and been like, we're going to call this egregiously this year, guys. And they do it. And it is such a game changing. I saw it happen in like 3 or 4 games yesterday. It's just like you get Calais Campbell, it got called on him one time. Like you can't even rush up the middle whatsoever now to get that field goal block without it being called. The refs are just, they're too much, man.
Safety, JJ, safety.
Yes, exactly.
By the way, Calais is having another nice year.
Yeah, he has.
Another nice year.
Yeah, he has. And
Just a pro's pro, man.
Yeah, totally.
And if you brought him back, he would add to the special teams capital of the world. But right now, that whole special teams capital of the world is in danger.
I don't know if you brought him back. I mean, if you had him and Armstead in the interior,
yeah, that'd be nice. But again, that was a little chatter at the trade deadline, and it did not happen. All right, real quick, we had the 1 o'clock hour. We'll look back at what happened this weekend, but just a quick look ahead. You mentioned the Colts, and you want to talk about a mammoth game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs right now 5-5, and they get the Colts out of the bye, and they got to go to Arrowhead. That is going to be a game. And then the Colts, here's how it reads: Chiefs, Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, 49ers, Jaguars, Texans. That's meaty, Matty. Meaty.
That's you. The Colts still have 4 games against the Jags and the Texans.
Yeah.
They're division rivals who know them, know their personnel, know what they do, know how they react in specific situations, and they have to play the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they have to play the Seahawks. Both those games on the road.
Yeah. So
you are not out of this division race by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all. And so the AFC South still in their crosshairs. We'll see if they can do it. We'll head to the 1 o'clock hour. That's what we're going to do. Mokama Beer Company Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got more in store. Joe C., Matty Hayes, and JJ.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
And he's not moving. That was a heck of a hit.
Good health is an important part of a successful program.
A guy who was number 5 on our depth chart is now our starting wideout.
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update. Jacksonville on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. The holidays are kicking off early at Nimnick Chevrolet. Right now, save up to 20% off a new Silverado or get financing rates as low as 0% on models, including Silverado, Equinox, and Trailblazer during the Red Tag Sales event. Unlike most dealerships, Nimnick Chevrolet has the largest inventory on the ground, ready for you to explore. With their extensive selection, you're sure to find the perfect truck or SUV at Nimnick. So head to Nimnick today. Who's got more vehicles at the best prices? Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
I'm Max Fink, and I'll bring you the Gator Report several times weekly to keep you connected to Gainesville.
The Gator Report, put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Hey, poker players! Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine are bringing you a month full of big winnings. From holiday high hams at Best Bet Jacksonville to $500 every 30 minutes up for grabs on the fast action table games. November is filled with fast, fun poker action and over $825,000 in giveaways. Best Bet has all the action this month. See all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Yo, E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. Come on, somebody.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296. Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429. Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff Menard and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out, Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders, Ford 1010XL. This update brought to you by Zero Res. Florida State junior wide receiver Deuce Robinson is one of 10 semifinalists for the Biletnikoff Award. Robinson leads Florida State with 49 receptions, 947 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Right now, 74 degrees at 103, time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. The Weekend Rewind, brought to you by Cycles of Jacksonville, the big boy toy store for big boy toys.
What happened this weekend?
Josh Allen runs all over Tampa.
Allen is going to keep it. Josh Allen inside the 5. They're going to push him in. Pay dirt. Touchdown, Bills.
The Rams are the best team in football.
Bootleg, Stafford has Parkinson. Colby Parkinson breaks a tackle and another for a touchdown.
Sanders sucks.
3rd down and 10. Sanders takes a big hit and he's picked off. Intercepted on the play by Nate Wiggins.
The Bears do it again.
Santos puts it up and it is good. The comeback kid, Chicago Bears, do it again.
Alabama can't beat Oklahoma.
Well, there's an interception on the first play thereafter. Eli Bowen down the sideline. He may go. Ty Simpson back there. Can't tackle him. Touchdown, Eli Bowen.
Ole Miss gets lucky.
Here's rush 4. Chambliss batted. Right back to it. Chambliss is going to take off. He gets to the sideline.
4-yard gain for Trinidad Chambliss.
An epic choke job by Beamer Jr.
They're now inside the 5. Smith, the ball carrier. He's into the end zone for the touchdown, and the game is tied. A&M can take the lead with the extra point.
Incredible stuff.
Just a monumental choke job by the Gamecocks.
Yeah, I described the Jags last week and their loss to the Houston Texans like South Carolina versus Texas A&M. That's what it was. They had a huge lead and lost it in the biggest of ways. So if you go back,
And then hang on.
yeah,
What the hell was A&M doing on that final play, on that 4th down play? What was that option? It ended up being a running back option. Terrible pitch. South Carolina got the ball with like over 2 minutes to play.
Yeah.
Could have won the game had there been
still-
any kind of
still
any
didn't
kind of
have-
idea of what they
didn't
were
score
doing.
a single point in the second half, so I wasn't worried.
Bro,
but yes.
they had, I mean, they have the 2 best players in the league, honestly. I really believe that both Lenore Sellers and Nick Hart were the 2 best players in the league. And you can't figure out a way to score a point
Well, they
in the
did.
second half?
They did, and then they didn't. Honestly, this is exactly like what Jacksonville went through in their AFC South showdown with the Houston Texans. You look like you know everything and could do no wrong, and then you're clueless. And that's what happened. But anyway, the Weekend Rewind brought to you by Cycles of Jacksonville. If you had a lousy weekend and you want to rewind it, just head on in there. You'll find a showroom full of fun there, right there on Atlantic near Regency. Check out cyclesofjacksonville.com. But you had the Shedeur Sanders being inserted into the lineup when Dylan Gabriel went out, not in concussion protocol, but there were some people who were so excited to see Shedeur get in the game. Finally, get in the game. It's going to prove everybody wrong.
Thoughts and prayers to Josina Anderson.
And then not so much. Josina rooting hard for him, naturally.
She really was.
Yeah.
Tweeting her heart out
I'm not
yesterday.
sure what she was rooting for. But that was
Yeah, tears in her eyes, I guess, because it didn't go well.
I will say this for her and anyone else. I mean, it's his first game, man. You can't.
Yeah, she let us know that. He hadn't taken any reps with the first team.
Yeah.
We get it. We know how it works to be a backup.
Yeah.
4 of 16 is still atrocious.
It is. There's no
Anyway,
doubt
you're
it
right.
is. There's no doubt it is.
Yeah.
And she was hyping up that 25-yard throw, too.
Oh, yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Those are the dimes, baby. Those are the dimes. But Shedeur
Couldn't
got
happen
in,
to a nicer kid.
and we'll find out what will happen going forward. All we know is that they had a 53-man roster up in Cleveland. 50 of them were quarterbacks. And so they were trying to figure out exactly who it was going to be. Shedeur had to wait his turn. He finally got in there. We'll find out what they do. But Dylan ain't the answer. Joey was maybe a little bit of the answer. He gone. And of course, now you got Shedeur. So we'll see what happens.
We had some interesting quarterback play. We had Malik, what's his name? For Green Bay, used to play for Liberty.
Willis.
Yes. We had Jameis.
I couldn't figure out. All right, hang on.
Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance.
Yeah.
So who's who of great quarterbacks yesterday?
But Jordan Love came back in, correct?
Yeah, he did.
Because
He went into the tent, but he came back out.
Yeah, smoked my head up because
they are an odd team, by the way.
They've kind of fallen off a little bit of a cliff, and they did win. Of course, it was against the Giants, who had Jameis, and whenever you see Jameis, you see opportunity, and Jameis. He loves it. He loves life. He makes the most of it, but he makes the most of it for both teams. He gives everybody an
I love the
opportunity.
fact he's wearing number 19, too. I love that.
That's so random.
It's so Jameis.
Yeah.
It's just so Jameis, man.
So you had the Bills, like we said, impressive win over the Bucks.
Great game, back and forth.
Yeah.
Almost got the backdoor cover there.
And then 44. Me too. I had the Bucks.
No, I had the Bills. I was worried about it.
Yeah.
I thought I went 1-5. I think I'm going to be like 3-3.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like I was above 500, so I was feeling pretty good about
Leon,
it.
I think, might have went 6-0.
Because I took the Sooners.
Yeah.
I took.
Did you reverse course on that one? Because I thought you took the Tide.
No, the one I reversed course on was what was the one? That was the Bills. That was the Bills that I reversed.
Yeah. Like savage.
I took the Bills.
Yeah, you made me cross that off.
Yeah,
so Leon went.
have to.
He picked the Lions. So Leon went 5-1 this week.
Okay.
He is just killing everybody, man.
Yeah, he's running away. But
I think I picked the Eagles. Did I pick the Eagles or the Lions?
You picked the Lions.
Yeah, we all went Honolulu Blue on that bad boy.
And the Rams, we got
blame
really
you.
screwed by the Rams with that 2 and
Yeah.
What did they? They won by 2.
They won by 2.
But they didn't cover the 3.
I blame you because every time you start with that Honolulu Blue talk,
love it.
I start to think, all right.
But then Laporte, I'm watching
trouble in
Saturday
Motown.
football,
Yeah.
and I see on the bottom line Laporte is out, and I'm like, oh man, I might have rethought my pick if I didn't see
And
that.
then Jamison Williams has this unbelievable score and then decides to hug the foam and gets a flag. Like, you can't do that, dude.
You know what, that game, we always talk about the NFL game. That's an NFL game last night. That was a team that was in disarray on offense. Still are.
Yeah.
Was in disarray. Everybody was bickering about it. I was driving home again.
Yeah.
From a game because my flight got canceled.
More sad music.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm driving home listening to that game.
And you were driving home from Montgomery,
Alabama. And I was listening to that game and
what happened, by the way, real
pregame,
quick, as far as keep the music going, because what the travel, like, I'm
it's 2 weeks in a row now where my
we
flights
need
got
like
canceled.
a weekly podcast of Matt's travel.
And I could either like, miss Monday, like just stay there another day, or I got to drive through the night. So there's really no choice.
I'm flying out next Tuesday to Nashville. I don't want any of these horror stories.
You think you're worried about that? I'm worried. In 2 weeks, I got to go to Ann Arbor. Mm-hmm. There's no driving from Michigan.
No, that's a good point.
If it happens there, I'm done.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
anyway, I'm driving back, and I'm listening to the Eagles pregame. My God, they were like, it was like the world was ending.
Yeah.
They're 8-2, and it's like the world's ending.
That's usually when they respond, is when everyone says they're dead.
Everybody's mad. The players are mad. They're talking. They had audio sound bites. So the players are mad at each other, and this can't it can't be like this. Blah blah blah. And they go out there and they just win a game.
Yeah.
Because that's the NFL.
It was an ugly game. But particularly from the Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs had an unbelievable run, cutting back across the field, setting up what you thought would be an opportunity for them to get in the end zone and really make this a game. And then I think Dan Campbell was 0 for 5 on 4th down last night.
Wow.
0 for 5. And so just
is that not good?
Terrible. Real quick, because we got to go. You know what? Let's just come back a little more college and then back to the Jags. We got some stuff that we want to throw at you as far as Jag fans are concerned. But Hottie Toddy and Lane Kiffin, they did win. It was a good game from the Florida side. Alabama and Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, 2 years running against DeBoer. And then what Georgia did is what you've learned to expect that Georgia's going to do this time of the year. We'll do that.
It's not even. It's there. Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah,
we
on
got
XL
to get into it.
Yeah.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. A strong fence makes a good fence. A strong defense makes a good team.
They're the best defense in the league for a reason.
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game. Go, let's go! On 1010XL.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Mike Dempsey here, and it's commercial truck season at Duval Ford. Right now, your business can drive off with serious savings. Thanks to Section 179 of the IRS tax code, you can immediately deduct the full purchase price of qualifying new or pre-owned work trucks and equipment this year, instead of depreciating it over time. Upgrade your fleet, lower your tax bill, and get to work fast. Visit DuvalFord.com to explore inventory or stop by 1616 Cassett Avenue today for big #1 Duval Ford.
Graceful like a heel.
You have 2 women?
Strong-minded like a helmet.
Good.
Tom McManus straps on the helmet and joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl.
Helmets and heels.
Afternoons 2 to 4. Served by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast orthopedic specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast orthopedic specialists for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast orthopedic specialists take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast orthopedic specialists.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here for Big Chief Tire. Right now, you can get 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card and $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. It's a smart way to handle big vehicle needs like new tires, brakes, or repairs without the upfront cost. With no interest for 6 months, there's never been a better time to schedule. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Josh Hines Allen was beasting and feasting against Los Angeles over the weekend. The Jacksonville defensive end tallied 4 tackles versus the Chargers and would grab a sack on what was an enormous bounce-back performance. Number 41 was in a league of his own, and he's your Superior Fence and Rail's defensive player of the game.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Blackwell, well protected. He's on the move. Sidearms one. Tip ball and an interception. Picked off by Wydell Williams.
Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room at Fernandina Beach.
Yeah, that's kind of how, well, it sums it up, of course, but Florida v. Ole Miss, the present versus the potential future is what Gator fan was looking at. And they went and showed up at the Grove. Yeah. Will you quit mumbling? Okay, I didn't hear it.
I just think it's hilarious that everybody's, the whole thing now was Spurrier got on a plane and went to Mississippi to talk to Lane Kiffin. Have you guys seen Spurrier lately? I love him to death. Always have, okay? He's having problems walking right now. He's 80, what is he, 80?
No, he ain't
80.
that old. He's
Yes, he is, bro.
He's like 83, something like that.
Hang on.
82.
He's 80.
80.
Just like I thought.
Now, don't you put age on that, man.
I said he's 80. The first thing I said was 80.
You said 88 is
No.
what I said.
And Joe's like, he's not 80, he's 83.
Right. You said he's not 80, he's 83.
I would have sworn he said it. Again,
No.
he was mumbling to start.
No, I wasn't.
Yes,
JJ
you were.
heard it.
I heard it.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here, Joe, he's having problems walking. He's got a bad hip.
Well, he didn't walk to Mississippi.
walk
He got
I
on a
know
plane,
that.
bro.
He's not getting on a plane to go to Mississippi.
They have a jet.
It's not happening. I don't care.
PJ.
Okay.
And that's not who Spurrier is anyway.
Yeah. Are you?
He'll call him up if he has to. All right, Lane.
Right.
Come coach here.
I would find that hard to believe that they're using Spurrier as some sort of.
Hey,
Spurrier would rather play golf than get on a plane and fly to Mississippi.
Play
okay?
whatever hand you need to play. You don't think that he wants to have a hand?
Yeah, but don't you think that it's been decided at this
call.
point? Don't you think Lane's decided what he wants to do at this point?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
So
go to
wait.
Florida.
So you think a guy who once told the president of Florida was, my resume, go look at your trophy case.
Exactly.
You think you think the big deal is I'm going to go to Mississippi and talk to? No, he's going to say, Lane. He's going to call him up and say, Lane, you You want to come here and win big?
Yeah.
Do it.
Sometimes you get over the top with some of this stuff. So either one.
Right. Because Spurrier getting on a plane, flying to Mississippi is not over the top. Right.
Yeah. If either
Oh my
have,
God.
what is your point?
I'm saying I'm saying at this point, there's so much misinformation out there, okay?
If you would have started with that, that'd have been fine.
I mean, my
Okay?
God, there's
But I'm
just so
saying-
much. Like, there's one guy on X had him being hired on Sunday,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
and then
so
came back and said it's a fluid situation.
If you would have started with that, I'd have been fine. But the potential of Steve-O at this stage of his
I'll be
life and
completely honest
career-
with you. I don't even think Lane knows what he's doing right now.
Yeah, but he probably doesn't, because he said at the very least he stayed consistent with staying in the present. And it doesn't mean his handlers, his people, he's not having conversations. He's not saying, I agree to that, I don't agree to that, because LSU's been fairly quiet. After all, the governor's running every possible
there
office
is no agree to that.
in the
Agree
LSU
to that with
football
Florida. Florida will
program.
do whatever he wants. So
Yeah.
it's not even that. And this is what I'm going to write this week in USA Today too. Is Lane changed as a human being in Oxford?
Yeah.
He's a completely different person now. So the idea is you get away from that and you jump back into this meat grinder at Florida, which is what it is. Even Florida fans can admit that, okay? You jump back into that situation where it's go, 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 go.
Is it how much different is it if you're telling me you can do everything you want to do at Ole Miss? You can accomplish anything you want at Ole Miss.
Right.
How,
So then why do you leave if you can do that?
Well, if you say, then that means the goals, the demands, everything is the exact same thing. What's the meat grinder over here that's not the meat grinder there? If you're still
they've
trying,
gone through
Oxford
5
is like
coaches
Oz.
in 15
it
years. How
is.
about that?
It is. That's what I'm
5
saying.
coaches in
It
16
ain't true.
years.
It's not true. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, exactly.
This would be the 5th coach in 16 years there.
So?
Don't you think that Lane thinks I can be the next
first
great
off,
coach?
of course, every coach
I can
has
be
a
the
huge
urban. I
ego.
can be the
Yes.
superior.
That's what's
Yes.
in his DNA.
They all think that.
He's
Yes.
not looking at like Billy Napier and Sharknado
Yes,
and
I
being
agree
like,
with that.
Wow,
I agree with that.
they didn't get a
But I
fair
can-
chance there. He's
Right.
thinking I'm 1,000 times
Yeah,
the
I'm the
coach
man.
these
Of
losers
Of course he
are.
is, but there also has to be, if you're a coach, and these guys are also very smart, there has to be fundamentally something wrong there if you're on your 5th coach in 16 years.
And I can go
Okay?
fix
Yeah.
it.
And you know what he does? You know what he
Okay.
does? He goes back through those and he goes, why the hell did you hire him? Why the hell did you hire
Yeah.
him? Why the hell did you hire him? And then he'll go, you know
Well, let's
what?
see. Muschamp was the hottest assistant coach in college football at the
I'm
time.
going to go there and I'm going to.
I don't know why the hell McElwain.
Yeah,
That was
that
ridiculous.
one makes zero sense.
And Mullen was the smart hire. There's no
Yeah.
doubt that was the smart
Yeah,
hire.
yeah.
And frankly, he for
was
3
decent.
years he was very good.
Think about this. Two of the
He was
four,
better than decent. He was very good for 3 years.
two of the four were miserably either planned or fails, as it turned out, with Billy Napier and with McElwain. Either miserably planned or just obviously turned out to be fails. So it was the decision of the AD who made the hire, and then ultimately the coach who either couldn't deliver or just gave up on trying to deliver. And that could have been the case of Mullen, because Mullen looked like he just wasn't enamored with the idea of recruiting his fanny off. And he didn't do it, and it ended up costing him. And then the university ended up with more egg on their face because they tried to counter that with a guy they thought was a relentless recruiter and a great aggregator of good people. And
He's going
they
to
just forgot you got to hire a
He's going to
coach.
be a relentless recruiter as a running backs coach for
Right.
Georgia next year. I can tell you that.
You just forgot you got to hire a coach. Okay, and so two of the four, is it the guy hiring them, or is it the guy, or is it an institutional
Sure, I think you can.
meat grinder that you're describing?
I think you can blame both Jeremy Foley and Scott Strickland for those hires. Yeah, absolutely, you can.
And Jeremy,
but to be fair to them, again, Muschamp was the hottest assistant coach going.
Jeremy firmly believed that he had a great idea. Now.
Billy Napier was among the 2 or 3 hottest coaches that year in the hopper. That's who everybody wanted. LSU wanted him too.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look at those two and say, all right, now the other two. I think Mullen was a natural fit. When you lost out on Scott Frost, I think Mullen was a natural. They got it. By the way, how about that? Avoiding that, Scott Frost.
Oh, yeah.
So you lose out on that. You go and get Dan Mullen, right? McElwain is the outlier. I'll never understand that one. And
You want to know what it was? And this is where you fall in love with your own
Alabama.
Yeah, you're trying to fall in love with your own logic, and I'm going to go get the next great assistant under Nick. And Mario has proven to be a pretty dang good assistant under Nick. Kirby has proven to be the GOAT of assistants under Nick. And then you can throw a few more out there that have obviously learned under him and have prospered. But it was just a horrible hire. And you could say that LSU wanted Billy, and maybe, but how many more outside of that university would have been rushing to hire Billy Napier?
Well, LSU and Florida, those are two pretty big programs.
Pretty big, but as the story goes.
And South Carolina tried to hire him, too. So did Auburn the year before. So there were people coming after him. There's no doubt about it.
I'm just saying he had to have more than one candidate. And as the story goes, and I'm pointing to you, he only had one candidate.
Strickland.
Yeah.
Yeah, you interviewed one guy and hired him. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
How could you have talked to that guy and wanted anyone else?
Yeah.
I mean,
bad, flawed process.
No, I don't agree with that because I could see Billy Napier crushing an interview. He's a sharp guy.
Well, it took him 5 hours to have a 2-hour interview.
And he's very organized. So if he
we
goes
don't have
there,
time left for the rest of you guys.
Yeah,
so.
if he goes in there as organized as he is, and he says, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do," I can't speak like him, but here's what we're gonna do. Here's how it's gonna happen, and yeah, I could see him crushing an interview. Absolutely,
yeah, but to not do anyone else.
Other people is just insane.
Yes,
At a
no doubt
like
about it.
Florida.
And you got to do your due diligence. You got to interview at least 2 or 3 or 4 guys at that point, at that level. Yes. Here's what I'm talking about with Ole Miss. It's the factor of the known there. Okay, and he's at the point now where he could literally have to completely turn over his roster, and a year later he's got 11 wins. It's the known of, okay, this is what's here. This is how I recruit here. I have people from the portal coming to me to play here.
Yeah. Will, and you don't think that they won't follow wherever he's at coming through the portal?
Okay, just hang on a second.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying
Yeah.
is I like it here. I like this area. My family loves it here. My ex-wife now lives here. And I'm telling you right now, they're getting back together.
Mm-hmm.
So
all those things can happen.
Right.
At
And
more
his
than one
kids
spot.
playing football now there. I'm not saying it can't happen in Gainesville because, of course, it can.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you're wondering why he wouldn't go to Florida, that's why. It's the known there.
Yeah.
The known of what's
It's,
good and how we can make it even
aren't
better.
these guys used to moving and they're
Sure
moving
they
their
are.
family?
100%
Like,
they
that's
are.
their
Yes.
whole life.
Yes.
It's an Eagles
Especially
song.
the son of an NFL
Yes,
coach.
but the point is this. Every other, outside of those 5 years of his life there, it's been crazy.
Not great.
He stopped drinking.
Right.
He's a different guy now.
You can be sober in Gainesville.
I know you can. I get all
It's
of what
possible.
you're saying. All I'm saying is
Seems
he's
not
got
possible,
He
but
has
it
it
is.
right.
Hey,
he has it
does
set
he-
up there. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
So you
got
shouldn't
Does
be
he
shocked
want-
by saying he can't go to. What do you mean he doesn't want to go to Florida? I wouldn't be shocked at all if he didn't go to Florida.
Yeah, it's an Eagles song, a peaceful, easy feeling,
Yes!
just sitting there, which is great. Or does he want that churn and burn in his belly?
And
that
it
says-
will be a churn
Yeah.
and burn too.
Yeah, but I do think that's what
He'll be expected to win
guys are-
immediately.
Yes,
Exactly.
immediately.
Like
he'll be expected to
playoffs,
win.
if they don't go to
Yes.
the playoffs next year,
Yes.
Florida fans will be upset.
100%. Yes,
It's the way it should be for any of these coaches that feel like they're the best of the bunch, which is probably, I got to believe, what he feels like and what he wants to prove. When he finishes this season, he will join the dude that the stadium is named after as the most winningest coach in Rebels history.
After 5 years.
And what the hell has he done? He just now matched Johnny Vaught as the most of 4 seasons of 10 or more wins. And what the hell has he done? There's not a single
I mean,
title.
he's had
There's
3
nothing in that trophy case.
He still had 3 straight double-digit win seasons, which they've never done there.
Egg bowls,
That's
Joe.
what I just got through saying.
Yeah, I know.
is that
They've never done it there.
He's now going to match Johnny Vaught.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's nothing in the trophy case.
Yet
Nothing.
they can still get to the SEC championship game. By the way,
All right. Well, fine.
If
You
Auburn,
think,
if
you
Auburn
think that
beats
team that we
Alabama,
just saw play Florida on Saturday is going to win the SEC?
I don't
They
think
look
so.
like crap.
I don't think so. But who knows?
Shameless.
Hey,
What about the team that went
Yikes.
into Athens and the first 5 drives had 35
It was
points?
awesome.
And
It
the
was
one that
awesome.
blew a 9-point fourth.
I
quarter
agree.
lead.
I agree. But my point is,
Yeah,
you
I
can
know.
go week to week with all this
I
stuff,
got
man.
you. SEC is very up and down.
Yeah. As everything we've been talking
As
about.
they say in
this
the
year.
SEC, JJ, it's very talented. It's not up and down.
Oh, okay.
It's week to
sorry.
week. It's a week to week league, JJ.
Yeah,
Okay.
deep,
One
deep.
possession, week to week league. Don't ever forget that.
All right.
There's no Florida States.
why-
Hey, there's no Florida States running around in that league, okay?
Well, yeah, because they would beat most of the teams. I mean, we saw what they did to Alabama.
Although that job's better. Yeah, that job's better.
I just gave you that softball right there.
Job is better. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. The Gator Boys are back and ready to defend their national title.
Florida will cut down the nets. Winners of the national championship.
This is Gator Country. Your home for Gators Hoops is 1010XL.
In the game of vehicle performance and reliability, Atlantic Infiniti is always the top pick. This is Hayes Carlyon. Did you know that every certified pre-owned Infiniti is inspected, factory backed, with a limited warranty, and gets the same championship level service as a brand new Infiniti? Every mile will feel like first class. Check out their full certified inventory now at AtlanticInfiniti.com or visit Atlantic Infiniti off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
Movember is Men's Health Awareness Month, so take charge of your health and vitality at Ackerman Urology in Mandarin, Middleburg, the Beaches, and World Golf Village. For prostate and urological needs, trust Ackerman Urology. AckermanUrology.com.
Now, the Performance Painting High Performance Play of the Game. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The good guys continue to make big plays over the weekend in Duval, and one of which would help put the game away. In the fourth quarter, Trevor Lawrence would find Tim Patrick for a 1-yard touchdown, making the score 28-6 with 11:38 left in regulation. The Tim Patrick score is your Performance Painting Play of the Game.
Hi folks, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting, prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance painting.
Celebrating 30 years in Jack's Beach. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn is your go-to for cash on the spot. They buy gold. Huge sale on firearms all month. Save during Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday with no sales tax on firearms. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World,
simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. We always talk about Honda and Triumph, so many great bikes, but Aprilia from Italy is also a beautiful line.
It is absolutely gorgeous, and it is a fine sport bike. It's one that when you take your helmet off, you're never frowning. You're always smiling.
So if you want to treat yourself to something really special on the road, that's a line they should look into?
Absolutely, and we've got them in stock and ready to roll.
All right, make sure you check them out. They are on Atlantic near Regency. CyclesofJacksonville.com is a great place to go, or check out their Facebook page. That's Cycles of Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is there's a reason all these coaches, all of them, at all levels of football, say it's all about 1-0. It's just 1-0, man. Take each game as itself. Every game is a completely different organism. And that's the way this Jags got to start looking at this season. There's 7 games to go. If you start thinking, well, you get 2 wins here against the Titans, you got to win against the Jets, and that puts you right there. Already you're at 9 wins. You really only need 1 more win. Forget about that crap. Just go week to week. Take each game as it is. That's how you win games. That's exactly how you win games.
And if it starts with a good positive week of practice and then it's followed by real solid game day execution, believing and doing, because you got to come in with that good game plan and then you got to do it. And when you start doing it, it's like one of our texters earlier asked the question. He goes, I need you guys to kind of talk me out of this, because he felt like they ran the hell out of the ball, but he said that's not easily replicated. Well, in my mind, it is. That's what you need to have for this football team. And so it goes to what you're saying. Just have a good game plan and go in there and execute it. Minimize penalties. They had 1 flag. Own the time of possession. They had nearly 2-1 on the clock against the team they played. Didn't need little name Bigfoot. He just was out there for extra points. Didn't need Logan Cook ever to punt. And so when you execute like that with a physical brand of ball, and I don't know if they can take this to Denver, but my gosh, man, this right here is what you want. Because that's and this is right to Matt's main message here. Don't start looking ahead. Don't start thinking about that next game other than the Arizona game. Well, they're a favorite on the road against Arizona. Go out to the desert and take care of business. Don't screw it up. But when you do start looking at what this football team could be heading down the stretch, taking that run game up to Mile High would be huge. Massive.
Joe?
Yeah.
1-0.
1-0. I get it. I totally get it.
Forget thinking about Mile High. Forget about the Jets. Forget about the games against the Titans.
You get what I'm saying. My only
man.
point is I'm saying you're talking about building something.
Yes, I agree.
For the long term.
I agree. If you run like you did against the Chargers on the road, you're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, and my response to the Nooner is that you need to have an identity for this football team. And that's what was supposed to happen with Liam and the run game. And it was early, and now it looks like it has the potential to be back, because they ran for 150-plus yards against Vegas. They ran for, obviously, nearly 200 yesterday against the Chargers. That will travel. And then once you start to wear teams down, then you can obviously take some extra chances. And you're not putting it in Trevor's hands and having him release the ball 45 or drop back 50 times.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that obviously has to change. All right. Sporting Jacks, JJ, you got a nice giveaway here, Mike.
I do. I have a family 4-pack of tickets to see Sporting Jacks. They play Fort Lauderdale United. That is this Saturday, November 22nd at 7:30 at Hodges Stadium. So be car for excuse me. Be car number 4 right now at 641-1010.
All right, there you go. 641-1010. JJ will hook you up with Sporting Jacks as we keep it going as far as your Jacksonville Jaguars are concerned. A 2.5-point line right now. At least that was the early betting line for the Jags against the Cardinals. The Cardinals, they have Kyler Murray on injured reserve. Who knows what's going to happen with that whole contract and everything going forward. But it's not pretty right now.
They've gotten destroyed the last 2 weeks.
In the land
Their
of cactus. And they went up to
terrible.
Seattle and got smoked, and then had Brock Purdy finally get back under center for San Francisco and smoke them again. And so 1 at home, 1 on the road. And so don't take it for granted.
No.
That's going to be a big one.
It's the league. It's late November going into December.
Yeah.
These are the games where everything changes, where the entire complex of your season can change.
Yeah.
That's what my original takeaway was. I mean, they played such a good game yesterday. You would think that they're in that locker room looking at each other going, man, when we are all on the same page, when we play smart and we play with a little edge, look what happens. I mean, if you like Leon talks about this all the time, he wants guys that love the game, love to play the game. If there are guys in there that love to play the game and love the idea of winning a championship or winning a division or getting to the playoffs and competing at the highest levels just to see where you're at, You talk about it all the time. That look on Trevor's face after the Chiefs when they lost that game, like they're going to be back. I know they're going to be back.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't think they've got that burning like desire to do that. And if they do, if all of a sudden this is flipped some kind of switch there, you're going to see a different team this week.
And here's another one that we really didn't talk about too much as far as how this all came together yesterday because of the big plays that happened early. But the Trevor scamper for a score from the shotgun, the design run, you could have driven my Beaver Toyota Camry through there. It was such a big hole. And you haven't seen that too often. You haven't seen this team run before contact much past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And this was Trevor out of the shotgun with a trot into the end zone.
Yeah.
Love it.
In fact, last night I heard Hacker say, I could have ran through that. And you know what? He probably could have. He probably could have.
Yeah. All right. Oh, you are going to
He's looking slim now.
Svelte. Okay. I was going to say.
I still don't know when the last time he ran was.
Right. I was going to say, let's not go crazy.
He could get through there.
Yeah.
That was a big hole, man.
Yeah.
Not only was it a big hole, it was an extended play.
Yeah.
Like that thing was there. And it wasn't going anywhere.
And we need to give Ezra credit because he got back and made a couple really good blocks. Van Lanen, as we said.
Speaking of a guy who plays
had to
really
step in
well.
for Anton and played pretty dang good.
When he's pushed, Ezra plays well when he's pushed a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Robert Hainsey, he's hungry too because he was counted out down in Tampa Town, and so he's got something to play for. And Walker Little, like you said earlier,
see if you're Anton,
he did step up a little bit.
If you're Anton Harrison, and you're Brian Thomas. Doesn't that game make you want to come back and say, all right, it's time to play at the ceiling?
It should. It should. When Tim Patrick is in the end zone, when Jacoby has another multiple catch game, 5 catches for 64 yards.
When training camp Trem was laying out and catching a ball like that.
Yes.
On the first drive of the game.
And watching what Bashal was able to do behind ETN. Both of those cats were able to get it going. And the toughness of Tootin is what you're looking forward to, along with here's another inspired guy in ETN. If it can keep going like that, you can feel pretty dang good about the direction of the football team and the belief that Liam's starting to install in these cats.
Do we have updates, by the way, on Tootin and Trayvon?
No, at least JJ did the presser, but I don't think.
Even if he did say, he never gives any clear updates.
Right.
He's always like, wait till the injury
be a
report
bone
comes
bruise.
out.
Yeah, wait too early for that.
The Zay Jones 3-month bone bruise.
He did say he was incredibly impressed by Ezra Cleveland. We could play that.
Yeah, really proud of Ezra. We needed him. He responded. He's violent. He wants to play. He's explosive. He's one of our most explosive players on the team. He showed that in the offseason workouts. Ezra wants to play with a mean streak and kind of beats you in a phone booth. And he has the opportunity to do that. He can beat you at the second level. And he had some great finishes on some runs down the field, especially late in that game on the last drive where he's finishing guys about 5-7 yards down the field. So needed him, stepped up in a big way, and going to continue to need that moving forward from Ezra.
Yeah, you like that. You like that. You got it out of your left guard. You got better play out of your left tackle as a unit in total. Protected well. Like we said, knocked people off the ball and did it with regularity to get to 192 yards rushing. You can't ask for more. When it was all total, net yards, 345 to 135. When you outgain somebody like that by 210 yards against a team that was, as we said, doing work coming into this week, the LA Chargers.
That was their total yardage was how much?
345. These are net yards, 345 to 135.
135.
Yeah, that's it. And like we said, 69 to 45 in total plays, net rushing 42 yards for the Chargers. And
Have they ever
93 yards passing?
Have they ever held anybody to how many 135 total yards?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, we would have known it was a franchise record. They would have said that, but
it was like 70 at halftime, right?
Yeah.
And then in the third quarter, I think they ran like 3 plays. It seemed like the whole time.
Can't be a franchise. When they would have said if it was a franchise record, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear it. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but
135 in the NFL.
And the fact that I think the total yards rushing, and again, the Chargers were down in the game, so it's not like they were trying to run the football a whole hell of a lot, but they only had 35 yards rushing in the second half. I believe that was the number. Their total net rushing was 42. 42. And so, yeah, that's what you want. That's the type of performance that you're looking for. Wow. That's for sure. All right, XL Primetime, keep it rolling. It's a Victory Monday. Everybody's enjoying it in Duval today.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Now, the Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
The young guns styled and profiled all over their opponents and put together a drive that displayed their dominance. Trevor Lawrence led the group on a 16-play, 76-yard drive, capped off by a Tim Patrick touchdown, making the score 28-6 with 11:38 left in regulation. The 9-minute drive is your Randy Marion Cadillac Drive of the Game.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
RestoPros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
RestoPros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
RestoPros!
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here for Lee & Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big sexy glass you spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee & Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request the free in-home consultation. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
The mix of salty sea air and burnt rubber. The big skies, high banks, and grandstands. The rumble in your chest. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. Honoring history and making it. At the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime. The Daytona 500. You gotta see it to believe it. February 15th, 2026. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
It's time for the Plumbing 411 from Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. It's not just annoying when your toilet keeps running long after you flush. It's also costly because it could waste hundreds of gallons of water a day. A running toilet's often caused by worn-out flappers, corroded valves, or a faulty float. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining will fix the problem fast, which can help lower your water bill. Stop the running and start saving today. Make the superior choice when your toilet won't stop running, and learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialist for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialist take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, Jags fans, Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room at Fernandina Beach.
You ever been to Oxford?
Yeah. Look, you don't put your feet up. I
nice
put
and
them
easy,
up in
man.
Oxford.
It's nice and easy there.
Yeah, peaceful, easy feeling. I'm telling you, that is maybe my new nickname for it.
I mean, it's a little rowdy on the square every Friday and Saturday night, but it's nice and easy there.
It's good to feel you're at home and you're happy and all that stuff, which is
There's
great.
something to that, Joe C.
Yeah, there's a hell
There's
of a lot
something
to it.
to the idea of contentment.
Having no motivation.
No, it's not. He has plenty of
Does
motivation
he?
to win the national championship there. Of course he does.
Yeah, it's gonna be harder
There's something
there
to
than
being
in most
content
places.
with where you are, man.
Yeah,
With Jamless.
If that's your motivation, you might want to go collect, I don't know, a conference title before you get to that one.
God. I don't know about, when was the last time you won a conference title?
Me, personally?
2008.
Yeah.
2008,
Yeah.
okay?
When's the last time Florida played for it? When's the last time Ole Miss played for it?
Okay, so?
Good
same result.
I don't understand the
Same
argument.
result.
Don't understand the argument. Never will. Never will. It's just the constant, I got to come up with something to argue about. Just constant.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm arguing that he's content there. He enjoys his life there.
I keep
He's
agreeing.
winning big there.
I keep agreeing with this. I just keep
Winning big.
Yeah, he has not
Struggling
won
to beat Florida
anything.
and then losing to Florida last year.
Oh my
Winning
gosh, you
big.
guys. Oh my
He's
gosh.
won.
Never even been to an
But
SEC
you just got through
title
talking
game.
about hardware, and then you're saying he's winning there.
Winning
Anyway.
big.
He
is
can
what you
win
said.
there. He can
Yeah.
win there. That's
Yes, he
kind of
can.
my point.
Yes, he can. All right, we were talking Jags just a second ago. Dempsey did.
You guys are just so you're just
I'm
so
an
zeroed
elitist.
in on Florida.
I'm an elitist, and I
You
won't
are an
have
elitist.
any of that bull crap about
As-
he's gonna win a national title
Right.
at Ole Miss.
As one of
Never
our-
happening.
Yeah, I can't.
What about
see it.
what about Kurt Signetti? Is he going to win a national title in Indiana?
Well, if you keep moving
No.
the bullseye,
No, they're not gonna
All
win
right.
this year.
All right.
he might because he's got a damn good quarterback and a pretty dang good defense. But who knows? But
How about Texas Tech? Are they ever going to win a national title?
they look pretty good.
Not this
Yeah.
year.
You can keep.
It's gonna be
posing
like Georgia
questions.
versus Ohio
Yeah.
State. Who are
Probably.
we kidding?
Probably.
man?
I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm saying is the fact that you hesitated when I said, "How about Texas Tech?"
Well, I think Texas Tech's way better.
By the way,
than
the
Ole
next
Miss.
Texas Tech is Baylor.
Guess
Like you
what?
said.
A&M
God.
Baylor's
has
gonna
won
throw all
nothing.
kind of money at that program.
A&M has won nothing and has a chance to win something. It is a different world with the college football playoff. That is
Right,
with
when
the
you're the
expanded
when
field.
you're the colossal underachiever that A&M is,
yeah.
and you got a chance to
Yeah.
be
It-
undefeated, yeah.
How about
is-
that
it
cop,
has
by the
changed.
way?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Well, how do we not talk about that?
God. I
Hang on.
totally forgot.
Hit this,
about
and then we'll
All
mention
right.
that before we're done.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Lauren Brooks getting helmets and heels ready to roll. We're still arguing.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, we're going to argue until they throw us out of here. All right, what is coming up? Victory Monday continues.
Absolutely. I mean, yesterday was a glorious day. Got to head downtown, obviously, see the Jags win, and then got to go to back downtown, go to the Gators and Canes men's basketball game, and
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun as well.
I noticed you didn't call me and meet up.
Yeah.
That's
JJ was down
right.
there.
I knew.
Yeah.
That's right. I paid for my tickets.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah, he was loving it. He was loving it. Look, he's a Kane supporter.
He is. We actually met up with my good friend who graduated from Miami many moons ago and had a great time. They were in our section, but they were 4 rows up. We were a little bit
Yeah.
higher than that.
Yeah.
But it was a blast.
Yeah. Look, anytime they can bring these big time basketball games, including the defending national champion, to Jacksonville, we'll take it. All right, what's coming up?
Yeah, we will keep the Jags conversation going, talk some college football like y'all did as well, and news when it comes to the UNF men's soccer team. So we'll tell everybody about that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We will be listening.
Are they
going to
get messy?
Up.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a tease.
People are asking.
Yeah. All right. So Mike did text in 5th lowest total allowed for your Jacksonville Jaguars. And then we had a texter, 53 yards allowed in 2000 versus Cleveland.
Wow.
So that's
what an output by the Browns that
you know
day.
what?
Holy
and
crap.
I'm just trying to speak from memory. Was that Spurs win?
Was that the game where the guy got the flag thrown in his face?
I don't know. But wait, what about the
I got to look it up.
What
Spurs
about the
win.
cop at the A&M game?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
The Barney Fife.
How
So what
embarrassing.
happened real quick, the South Carolina Gamecock, they're pouring it on Texas at this point, and he scores and he runs into the tunnel a la
Nick Harbor.
Yeah, you could just so many guys have done it, but you can go all the way back to Bo Jackson. He was probably
And the university cop.
He comes out. The Gamecock player comes out, and a couple of them came out with him because they were all in there celebrating. The last guy comes out and
shoulder bumped them.
The trooper's shoulder
And then yelled at them.
Right, then turned around and yelled at them.
It's like, excuse me, sir, you just assaulted us.
Yeah. Well, guess what? He has been put on.
Good.
He was removed that day. Like as soon as they saw
tweeted it out.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, dude, hey, you ain't no Smokey in the band.
And he missed the comeback.
He did.
He did. Yeah, he got him going. All right, we're done. We're out of here. We say thanks to Mocama Beer Company. Check them out up in beautiful Fernandina, the tap room on South 8th Street, and find them online, mocama.com, and on the shelves, Publix, Total, ABC. Enjoy the rest of your Victory Monday.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, all-pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 50-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 to get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off a 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Sometimes it's an offensive show.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sometimes it's a show of offensive discipline.
There are no words.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected.